Call to order the City Council meeting for this March 11th, 2026. It's approximately 5:37. Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Present.
Councilman Leon. Councilwoman Powell.
Present.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Present.
Councilwoman Julian.
Here.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Here.
Mayor Harris.
I'm present.
You have quorum. Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Councilman Leon will not be present at this evening's meeting.
Okay, I need a motion to excuse Councilman Leon.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none. Show him excused. Please stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
God our Father, we thank you for your grace. We thank you for your mercy. Thank you for the ability to gather collectively as a community. It is in this moment, Father, we pray for your blessings and your grace to continue to rest upon our city, the city that we call the city of Miami Gardens. Bless its residents, stakeholders, community at large as we continue to create a place where you want to live, work, and play. Father, we pray now that you give my colleagues and I your wisdom, your knowledge, and your understanding so that we can ultimately make the best decisions that would affect our people. All these blessings we ask in your Son's name, I do pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're on approval of minutes. Mr. Clerk.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, Council, before you have the February 25th, 2026 City Council meeting draft minutes for approval.
Need a motion on the minutes?
Motion.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Showing none, show the minutes approved. We're on order of business.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I do have a special presentation without objection. We ask that you add special presentation by Mayor Harris as item 6.1.
Yeah, I'll go do that. 6.1. All right, anything need to be added or deleted besides that special presentation? Showing no adding or deletion, I need a motion on the minutes.
On the agenda.
On the agenda, rather.
Motion.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing no opposition, show the agenda approved.
All right, we're now on to special presentation, item 6.1, special presentation by Mayor Harris.
All right. Won't take a lot of time. This special presentation or accommodation was supposed to be done several years ago, but due to this young man's illness, we didn't have the opportunity to provide him with this accommodation. I wanted to take time out to thank Mr. Abraham Thomas for his service to the community of Miami Gardens and throughout Miami-Dade County. You guys know him as Mr. Miami Heat, and you also know him for being the author of the Skeeter books that we read when we were kids. So, Mr. Thomas, I wanted to present you with this commendation in recognition for all the work and the service to this community. You didn't have to get up.
Jamal.
I moved into this community
in 1975, the year after I got married to my wife, Kafronia. It has been a joy and a delight. The delight has been that I have been able to express what I saw that was needed, not only at the present time, but down the road. God has blessed me from the background to be an integral part of many of you all's being elected, those who came before you as well. I'm thankful. I have a terminal illness that I've had for 2.5 years, and I'm still in no ways tired. There's only one thing I'd like for you to look into, because we have been quiet about it, because we know how monies come and monies go and how priorities are set. But there's a group of us who have been here living in our area of Miami Gardens for 30 years without sewers. And I know they won't come expressly, but I'd like for you to promise me that as you are able, you will diligently look into it to see that us residents over there who have been very patient and quiet, at least get them looked at and begun to get worked on. God bless you, and I really, really thank you. It's one other thing. God gave me an inspiration for a song that I wrote. You don't have an anthem. It's not a competitive situation. I'd like for you to readdress that, because where there's no vision, the people perish. And it speaks about who we are, where we are, and where we need to go. I won't go into it. The mayor knows about it. Just look into it. God bless you. And I thank you very, very much. And I thank these people who think it's not robbery to bring their concerns to you. And I can't think of any other place that I'd rather be than in Miami Gardens. Thank you, Rodney, for thinking of me. God bless you.
We're going to take a picture. You can sit down.
They have never met an author before. So that was a big, big, big thing. And I want to say to you and thank you, Mayor, for acknowledging this gentleman for all of this community service. The floor is yours.
Yeah, go home now and get in the bed so we can have a- I do all business. Goodbye, everybody.
We are on public comments.
Public comments are now open. Mr. Clerk, you want to read the back of the card, please?
Sure. Citizens' participation is governed by Section 2-60 of the City of Miami Gardens Code. Public comments are limited to the matters within the scope of the jurisdiction of the City Council. Each person other than members of the city staff who addresses the City Council shall give their name, address, and whether the person is speaking on his or her own behalf, a group of persons, or a third party. When in the determination of the presiding officer, there are many persons wishing to speak on the same proposition, the presiding officer may direct that these persons designate a representative to address the City Council rather than all members of such groups. All speakers shall be limited to 2 minutes unless further time is given by the presiding officer. No person other than the City Council members and the person having the floor shall be permitted to enter any discussion without the permission of the presiding officer. Order shall be maintained if any person becomes abusive, obscene, and/or disruptive, or otherwise fails to comply with the orders of the presiding officer and is declared out of order, the individual may be subject to removal by the sergeant at arms.
All right, thank you. Council, govern yourselves accordingly as well. We're starting with Ms. Rhea Hughes, Mr. Tisdall, and Alvin Stone Jackson.
Good evening, Council. Ree Hughes, 3335 Northwest 180th Street, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33056. During the February 11, 2026 Council meeting, Councilwoman Katrina Wilson voiced her concerns to the City Attorney regarding the agenda. Councilwoman Powell recommended and Council members agreed to schedule a date for a sunshine meeting. I'm asking, has there been a date established for the sunshine meeting? If no response is provided this evening, I will follow up in writing. A few years ago, I enrolled and attended the Senior Family Center and was assigned to a Thursday social gathering. After carefully examining and observing Thursday's gathering, I began witnessing the favoritism, the unfair treatment, and the cliques which exist among seniors, and therefore removed myself from this environment. I knew back then, and the same holds true today, not all seniors enrolled are residents residing in Miami Gardens. I've heard seniors being dismayed and discouraged on the waiting list and give up enrolling to the center. I ask, is this a lifetime enrollment at the Senior Family Center? Recently, in having conversations with seniors, they have expressed concerns of the overcrowding on Thursdays, which raises the level of safety along with other incidents that have occurred at this center. To seniors and others attending and participating at the Senior Family Center, our motto is, when you see something, say something. More importantly, say something to someone you trust to do right by you. Also, let's continue to be mindful. Decorum matters for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Tisdall, 1731 Northwest 11th Avenue. Presiding officer, I keep telling you about 170th Street and 12th Avenue. Each block, I measured it, is 260 feet. So from 12th Avenue to 8th Road, that's 1,300 some feet. You got kids out there now, they ride those e-bikes. I keep telling y'all, that's a Formula One racing over there. Nobody want to address it. January, y'all sent Captain Suarez over there just to shut me up. They came 2 days in a row. Ain't been back. Past this week, I went across the street. People see you with the cane. I got caught in the middle. I keep telling y'all, hybrids and Teslas, I can't hear. Somebody, it's gonna be an accident in that area. Somebody gonna get hurt. I see the kids ride their e-bike. They come on my street. They go see a neighbor. One kid in particular is one of Steve Gallen's daughter. They come visit my neighbors, kids down the street. You got people going across there in the wheelchair. The man just said, standing right here, here are our concerns. Don't push them under the dirt. Don't push them under the mat. I come here every 2 weeks for 2 minutes. That's 4 minutes a month. Ain't nothing getting resolved on 170th Terrace and 12th Avenue. What are we waiting for? And I need 2 speed bumps over there. If I got to take up a petition, I'll do that. I need 2 speed bumps on that street because it's ridiculous of the speed they do in that area. It's a straightaway because they don't go to Scott Lake because there's cameras there. So they make that right turn to go to 183rd Street. And there's only 1 stop sign there. And then when you get to 183rd Street, it's 1 stop sign. That's their way out. Please address it.
Thank you, Mr. Tisdall. Alvin Stone Jackson and Ms. Laverne Deere, and then Gail Cunningham.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Alvin A. Stone Jackson, founder of A. Stone Music Therapy, Inc., a nonprofit organization serving families affected by autism and developmental challenges through music therapy and community programming. I'm here tonight not just as a music therapist with over 20 years of experience, but as someone who wants to directly help children and adults on the autism spectrum. Autism now affects about 1 in 36 children in the United States. According to the CDC, many of these families are right here in our community in Miami Gardens and across South Florida. These families often face challenges assessing therapy, inclusive activities, and supportive environments for their children. This is why we are organizing the Autism Superpower Family Fun Day right here in Miami Gardens. First of all, I want to say we're grateful for the support of the Councilwoman Katrina Wilson, AKA Auntie with the good knees, and others who believe in creating inclusive opportunities for our families. So this event would take place, Autism Superpower Family Fun Day, it would take place Saturday, March 28th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Miami Gardens Senior Community Center. This is a free community event, will feature a community parade, music therapy, demonstrations like drum circles, sensory-friendly activity zones, community resource vendors, STEM and educational activity. Our goal is simply celebrate the gifts and strengths of individuals with autism, and we hope that we can get your support.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, and this is one of our students. Let's give it up for him coming, y'all. This is Junior, and this is his mom.
Good evening, council, guest. Happy Women's Month. I will read this email that was sent to District
Ms.
2
Deere.
council member.
Ms.
Oh,
Deere,
I'm sorry.
your address.
Laverne Deere, 18721 Northwest 11th Road. I am writing to formally express serious concerns regarding the extreme noise levels impacting residents in the Lake Lucerne neighborhood north of Hard Rock Stadium during the current Formula One practice sessions in preparation for the upcoming race in May. On Sunday, February 15, 2026, I canvassed the community at approximately 3 p.m. The noise coming from the stadium was so unbearable, I had to cut my visit short. Residents are experiencing unusually loud and disruptive noise without any visible or effective noise abatement measures in place. The sound levels are so intense that young children must shout just to be heard by their parents standing next to them. This is not only disruptive to daily life, but deeply concerning from a public health perspective. We understand that major events bring economic benefits to the city. However, those benefits should not come at the expense or health and safety quality of life for residents. I respectfully request the following: immediate review and enforcement of applicable noise ordinances, clear communication with residents about practice schedules and expected noise levels, implementation of meaningful noise mitigation measures, a public update from the Office of District 2 outlining what steps are being taken to address these concerns. In addition, speeding within the communities must be addressed. Multiple communities across the city are affected by the noise, complaints, and speeding in their streets. Thank you for kindly addressing these issues.
Thank you. Francis Ragu, you're next, and then Ms. Denise Brown.
Good evening. Mayor Harris, I have a question before I start, and I want to know if it's going to go against my time because the clock's already moving. I have a question regarding a statement that was made at the last meeting. I want to see if there's been any resolve to it. Is that okay?
You could ask your question, but they'll get back to you and answer it for you.
Okay, the question was, the words that we're using in the fourth paragraph here on the public comments card as to what dictionary we were going to use. From the Merriam-Webster dictionary, the question was posed by Councilwoman Powell, and what version of the Black Law dictionary were we going to be using. I see the words are here, but I still don't know where they came from or what interpretation is there. So I'm speaking now blind, because I don't know who can interpret what's actually there and how it's going to be transposed. Because the interpretation and translation and transparency makes a difference. So I feel kind of out of order, because if I say something that you feel is out of order, and I don't know where it's coming from or how it's being translated from what dictionary, then that puts me in a tough position. So that's the reason I was asking the question. So in order not to put myself there, when I can get that information, then I can move forward. Thank you.
All right, the clerk will answer your question for you in a little bit. Mr. Clerk.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Francis Ragu, 889 Northwest 214th Street, Unit 102, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33169. At the last meeting, I spoke about our 5th annual Miami Gardens Senior Arbor Day project, in which we assist our seniors. It is people like Mr. Abraham Thomas, who I've known for many years, when we're out in the field and the recommendation come to us out of the passion for our seniors, is what is the driving part. When they hug and squeeze and recognize not Francis Rock, but our city, have not forgotten them when there's no one else to help them with the repairs in the home, is the driving force and motivation between what we do. Since then, I've sent email to each one of you. I haven't received any response. I am hopeful that you'll give strong consideration, because we encounter these men and women who have served this community well. Our eldest is 98 years old, been in a home for 60 years. How can we look at her and say we cannot help when there's no one else to do, and the predators are just looking to see to grab her? We are doing it. We have helped over 27 in the last 4 years. This year, we tried to limit it to 5, but we're up to 7 people, because it's hard to look at them and say no when they're in dire need. They are the most vulnerable residents of our community, and hope that you'll find it within yourself that you can utilize the discretionary funds, or maybe just put forward a dollar amount that we can work with for continuously doing this without cost. But the volunteers that come out, last year we had, I think, 125 volunteers that show up to help us, to help our community. And that reflects great for our community, because who get the credit? The city of Miami Gardens and you, the representation, not Francis Ragg, because I don't do it for my good, I do it for you. I thank you, and I hopefully that you will respond, and let's get the dollars so we can help those seniors that are in dire need. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis.
Good evening. My name is Denise Brown, 19821 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33169. I'm here as a concerned resident of Miami Gardens. I've always been a supporter of grandparents raising grandchildren under the leadership of the late Ms. Johnson. She and I had a close relationship. I've always provided resources to the seniors and information that could possibly impact them. I'm concerned because lately, when I've tried to go out to the senior center, I wasn't able to speak with the seniors. And in fact, I was contacted by one of the park employees to ask me for resources for the seniors when they go there on Wednesdays to play their bingo. I don't have a problem with providing resources to seniors, as I've always done so. But when you have a nonprofit organization, you have to have data and documentation of the people you're providing these resources to. So I wasn't understanding why I wasn't able to go out and speak to the seniors anymore. And I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not soliciting. I'm simply providing resources and information that could possibly impact them. So I'm bringing awareness. I would just like to know, since when did it become illegal or that I'm breaking any rules? I would just like to have clarity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Mario, are there any written communication?
Any written communication, I did receive 2 written communications. They'll be forwarded to the council.
All right. Any other public comments? Go ahead.
Mayor, I have some copies of something that I want you all to have at the, you could tell me how you want me to distribute that. That's in regards to, all right, can you restart my time?
No.
Okay, no problem. I'm with it. So this is in regards to traffic safety and public health. It seems like I was kind of silenced earlier on the issue. I live in Venetian Gardens. My name is Maya Passmore.
No, Ms. Passmore, you were not silenced on the issue. You were told that that issue may not be on the agenda. You can go ahead now. I'll give you 10 more seconds, though.
Thank you. I live at 16350 Northwest 40th Court in Venetian Gardens. If I can't talk about the heavy rezoning, I'll talk about just traffic and safety and public health. So in the last 2 weeks, 6 accidents have occurred in our corridor, including a car fire from a speeding crash, 2 hit and runs, and a vehicle crashing into a residential gate. Our streets are already congested and unsafe. Research from the American Heart Association shows that neighborhoods like ours, near highways, airports, and large warehouse logistics centers, face higher exposure to air pollution linked to asthma and heart disease. Residents I've spoken to have also noted a rising number of cancer cases as well in our area. A first-of-its-kind study in 2024 by George Washington University School of Public Health found communities living near large warehouses experienced 20% higher levels of traffic-related pollutants, including nitrogen dioxide, which is linked to asthma and other life-threatening health conditions. The study also found that communities of color are disproportionately affected, Black, Hispanic, and Asian, which mirrors our community. My own son has asthma with no prior history before living here. I'm also submitting 120 resident petitions regarding traffic and safety concerns, and this is a college corridor. It should represent opportunity and growth, not diesel trucks. When you vote next week, please vote no, and I'm gonna say that again tonight, please vote no for that rezoning.
Thank you. No, come on up to the podium.
I'm in the same situation as Ms. Meyer Passmore. I was able to give it to Mr. Richard because the information that I received from him regarding 13.2. But I want to support her in her efforts because I'm also aware of what's happening down there, and being that it is a community that is bounded by St. Thomas, by FMU, and the airport. And the two gentlemen that spoke at our last meeting live right in front of the area. And I went there and I saw that it's right in front of Jan Man. And we're thinking about the pollution, the trucks going in and out. You have people there with the kids and coming out of school, and it's already a traffic problem over there. And we realized that the zoning was once residential, and the majority of the houses back there are single-family homes, and they're living right across from it. So now the proposal is to have this humongous warehouse that's going to be concentrated all day long, and that's an older neighborhood. So we're just wondering, we want to know, where did this start? Why wasn't the residents aware? They had the yellow thing up there. That was for the meeting from the time before. But who actually spoke to the residents? Because we've been fortunate here in Miami Gardens that normally we'll have 2 meetings with the community, and then whoever the developer is will turn in their particular application saying that I have spoken to the community and this is what they say or they want to know or they're in agreement with or not in agreement with. So what we're hearing is that never happened. So now we're hearing a first reading, and it may be coming up to a second reading, but the community was not involved from the dais. It was initiated from the community to have the developer to come in and speak to the actual residents. So we're concerned as to why this may be a yay 7, when no one has come to us and said, this is something that's a thought from that little room and coming to the table where the decision has already been made. So please let us know what's going on.
All right,
we say no.
That's all right. No, I know. All right, public comments are now closed. Mr. Davis, I'm going to allow you to speak on 13.2, if you like.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Dr. James Davis, 1500 Northwest 154th Street. I too respectfully request that this dais oppose item 13.2, which proposes the rezoning of the property located southwest of 4200 Northwest 167th Street from single-family residential to heavy industrial use. Approving this rezoning would pose potential safety hazards for residents of the Venetian Gardens community, as you just heard. Additionally, residents and nearby college students are already experiencing increased traffic, congestion, speeding, and cut-through traffic on surrounding streets. These conditions have unfortunately contributed to multiple accidents and traffic-related fatalities in the area, which I personally witnessed. For these reasons, I respectfully ask that this item not be moved forward, protecting the safety, well-being, and quality of life of Miami Gardens residents, as well as those who travel to our city to attend major sporting events and cultural events, should remain a top priority. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hughes, you wanted to speak on 13.2 too? Come on.
Reference item 13.2.1. The community have voiced and requested of the council during the last meeting to not move forward with this item. For doing so would have a great impact on residents' quality of life, which you as council members often speak of. It will devalue their properties, which we're often told by council, don't sell property. The community will encounter additional environmental and safety issues. There will be impact on traffic, the operating hours, and later down the road, the developer may request special permits for whatever reasons. For the major concerns stated above, the community asks you to vote no on this item. Thank you.
Thank you. Mario?
All right. There are no ordinances on for first reading. Ordinances on for second reading, public hearing. Item 9.1, an ordinance of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending Chapter 20, Article 4, entitled Art in Public Places of the City of Miami Gardens Code of Ordinances, providing for adoption and representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing severability clause, providing for inclusion in code, providing for an effective date. And this is sponsored by Councilwoman Linda Julian. This is a public hearing on this item.
Councilwoman Julian?
You said this is a public hearing on this item, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this allows anyone who has any public comment.
There's no public comments on the cards for that item.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm asking the council to support this item. This item is amending the Arts in Public Places ordinance that we established back in 2010. This will allow us to step into the 21st century and align with Miami-Dade County's ordinance, and so I am asking for your support.
All right. Public comments on this item is open. Public comments now closed. I need a motion.
Motion?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions or concerns from the dais?
Mr. Mayor, I don't have a question. I just want to commend the councilwoman for bringing this item forward. I know a few of my colleagues have been taking the initiative to save the arts and bring awareness around the arts culture. And as we continue to advance the city and move the city forward, this is a great addition to that. So I just wanted to commend Councilwoman Julian for taking that step, and commend all of my colleagues for your creative minds and ideas of the great things that you all are doing as it relates to the arts.
All right. You got it. Go ahead.
I too would like to co-sign on that, and I think one of the most promising parts about it is that it allows us to include the arts in all new construction. And so our buildings don't look as cold, they don't look as hard, but it really brings a different type of flair in there. And a portion of that, of the funding for that is also provided for. So that, I thought that was a great and innovative way to look at it. Thank you. My pleasure.
Mayor,
Yes.
if I may. Definitely, I love the idea, and even more so doing the deep dive into it. I love the establishment of the Design Review Committee, and that we will have a consistency throughout what the actual designs and look that will be coming into Miami Gardens, so that it maintains that continued elevation that we're looking to have in the city. I just had one question, and this is just a procedural question. It did say it was optional for builders to participate in art in the city. Is that correct understanding, that that will be optional, that it's not mandatory?
Councilwoman? Who, you referring to Councilwoman?
Yes,
Councilwoman.
That's what the item says.
Yes, that's my understanding. So, which is one of the concerns in the past was that we didn't want to actually have being forced individuals who are building, but the option, and it's a good option for them to partake in. And also, again, that there will be a committee design review that will be available to actually oversee the art, so it will have a feel and flow that represents Miami Gardens. Excellent. I think it's a beautiful idea. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other questions or concerns?
Everyone said it all. I commend you, Councilwoman Julian, being passionate about the arts myself. This is a good look for Miami Gardens, so thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman. And I appreciate the support. And as we, continue to move our city forward, we look at the aesthetics of this city and we look at all the things that are happening. And, why not us? Why can't we be like all the other cities? And so thank you for your support. Thank you to all the people who are creative with their development, wanting to come here into Miami Gardens. And what this item will do, as you eloquently stated, Councilwoman Wilson, is that it will allow for commercial corridors and commercial businesses to now have art on their properties and facilities.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any other questions or concerns from the dais? Showing none, Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilwoman Baskin?
Yes.
Councilman Lee, I'm sorry, he's not here. Councilwoman Powell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens?
Yes.
Mayor Harris?
I vote yes.
Motion passes 6-0. There are no resolutions on for public hearing. We're now on to the consent agenda.
I need a motion on the consent agenda.
Motion.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none, show the consent agenda pass.
Can I make a comment about any of that?
All right, we're now on to, there are no resolutions. We're on to quasi-judicial zoning hearings and gender disclosure.
Well, I'm gonna make it anyway.
No.
11, 4, 5, and 6.
Good evening. Reggie White, Director of Planning and Zoning. Welcome to the quasi-judicial portion of the March 11, 2026 City Council meeting. For those persons that will or may be speaking on an item on the agenda or commenting on any item, please stand up and be sworn in by the city clerk. For the applicants, your item will be called to order by agenda number and by title of your request. When your item is called, please approach the microphone, and when addressed, please speak directly and clearly, stating your name and address for the record, and explain the reason for your request. Please note that all exhibits presented to the mayor and council will be part of public record.
All right, all interested parties who plan to speak on any of the three quasi-judicial zoning items, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you provide this evening is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
can I go ahead and poll the council on ex parte communications and gender disclosures?
Yes.
All right, Mayor, Council, collectively, has any member had any ex parte communications on any of the quasi-judicial zoning items before you this evening?
No.
That's collectively no?
That's okay. From me is no.
I didn't, everybody. Okay. And will your decision tonight be solely based on the evidence presented before you?
Yes.
Thank you. Item 13.1.1, in order to the City Council of the City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending Article 10, accessory uses and structures, Section 34-312, that additional uses and building standards, Article 11, development standards, generalized table development standards, general, Section 34-342, tables for development standards as outlined in Exhibit A attached here 2, providing for adoption representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing severability clause, providing for inclusion in code, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by the City Manager. This is a public hearing.
Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members, Director White will provide a brief presentation. Thank you.
Yes, just a brief overview. The purpose of the text amendment from Article 10 and Article 11 is for accessory structures. And it's to really, I guess, allow some of these ordinances to be more understandable for city staff as plan reviewers when we get permits for utility sheds, pergolas, terraces, to really allow us to understand it a little more, get on the same page, as well as residents that just want to get a utility shed, making it a little easy for them to understand. Currently, some of our standards kind of limit the ability for them to use their backyard. So when we're talking about townhomes and people that have smaller homes, they can't apply for a utility shed because they don't have the proper setback requirement. For example, we have a setback requirement that requires utility sheds to be set back from 10 feet from the principal building. For someone that has a big yard, that doesn't matter, but someone that has a small yard, that might prevent them from having your everyday utility shed. We also have some things in there that won't have standards that are just arbitrary, but has a ratio and it has a reason for a lot of these standards. So we feel that this is just going to be better for all plan reviewers from the building department, planning department, and the residents that we serve every day.
All right, this is a public hearing on this. Public comment? Public comments on this item is open. Okay. Public comments are now closed. I need a motion on the item.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. It's open for discussion by the dais. Go ahead.
So when we say accessory dwelling, is that?
Yes.
So that means that someone can live in it?
No, not a dwelling unit. So for these, this is like utility sheds, pergolas that might have a roof, that's detached structures. In that situation, some of the standards are really difficult for people that just want a utility shed just to store their tools and things like that. So this would just allow them, anybody really, not anybody, but within reason, to get a utility shed in their backyard.
But not an accessory dwelling unit?
Not an accessory dwelling unit.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Reggie, forgive me if it's indicated in the item. I just want clarity. There are still standards that is included, correct, of what the utility shed will look like, the size, all of that good stuff.
Yes, Vice Mayor, that's correct. We are not changing the minimum or maximum requirement for sheds. So we're just more so changing the placement. Like I said, having that setback requirement really affects some of the smaller properties. So this is kind of just helping them out. But again, we still have setbacks in place, and we're not changing the maximum size of a utility shed.
I got you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions, concerns? All right, showing call the roll, Mr. Clerk.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson. Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 6-0. We're now on to item 13.2.1, ordinances on for second reading and public hearing. In order to the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, approving the rezoning of that certain property located on southwest of 4200 Northwest 167th Street in Miami Gardens, Florida, more particularly described in Exhibit A attached here too, from single-family R1 in paren to heavy industrial I2 in paren, providing for adoption of representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing severability clause, providing for inclusion in code, providing for an effective date. And this is sponsored by the City Manager.
Mr. Manager?
Director White.
Yes, so this item is continued. That is I think the El Dorado expansion item. That item will be continued until next council meeting.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Excuse me, I should have handled this. I looked up at the screen and I saw that. The applicant has requested a continuance of this item, and staff is supporting that continuance.
Okay. All right.
That's correct.
So
I need a motion to continue this item.
To a date certain.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. That would be continued to March 25th at 5:30.
Okay. Need a motion to continue it until March 25th.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
a quick question. Mr. Manager, is there did they give a reason why?
The reason that was given was they needed some more time to do a traffic analysis and bring some information back to council regarding that.
I appreciate
There have been a number of meetings, 1 or 2 meetings already. I think they've been trying to work with the community in addressing some of those issues. I've seen some emails to those facts. But the one component that they wanted to make sure that they were able to bring back was something in regards to how the traffic would be addressed.
And they have reached out to the community, correct?
Yeah, there's been a community meeting.
Okay. Can we, excuse me.
Please don't interrupt me like that.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Can we contact them and make sure that they do have an open line of communication
Absolutely.
with the community, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. We're now on to item 13.3, resolutions of public hearing. Item 13.3.1, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, approving the special exemption and variance application for that certain property located at 1500 Northwest 215th Street, more particularly described in Exhibit A, permitting a warehouse distribution, light production, or light assembly use within the entertainment overlay district, and a reduction in the minimum acreage requirement for warehouse use from 40 acres to plus or minus 6.860 acres, providing for adoption representation, and providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by the city manager, and this is a public hearing.
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, Director White, please.
Yes, good evening. The item before you today is East Group Properties LP, and this is for a special exception and variance. The development site is located 1500 Northwest 215th Street, and this is for a special exception to permit a warehouse distribution, light production, and light assembly uses within the entertainment overlay district. And this is for a variance request of section 34-28848A1 to reduce the parcel size requirement to 6.8 acres, where 40 acres is required for warehouse uses. What you see here is the city's zoning map. The development site is, the land use is commerce, and the zoning is entertainment overlay district. And this is another view of the development site. The total site is 6.80 gross acres. What you see here is the at-grade view of the development site. Is currently vacant. And here are some neighborhood characteristics. It's adjacent to the Turnpike and to the northwest 215th Street. And to the west, you have the Derby Point, which is a commerce park that is beginning construction right now. They're in permitting. And to the south, you have the South Gateway Commerce Park. And what you see here is the conceptual site plan. The applicant proposes to develop the property with two Class A warehouses. Each is 57,600 square feet, totaling 115,200 square feet, with 11,200 square feet of accessory office use. The project will provide 161 parking spaces. This exceeds the city's requirement, and they have vehicular circulation provided on site with connections to the Gateway Commerce Park to the south, as well as nearby highway interchanges. And this is the north view of the conceptual site plan that they're providing today, and northeast view. And what you see here is the criteria that we use to determine in approving these special exceptions. And these are requirements that we use to determine in approving variances and waivers. And in summary, the city land development regulations allow for a review of special exception use on a case-by-case basis. Staff has made a determination that the applicant generally satisfies the criteria for granting of special exception uses as outlined in Chapter 34, Special Exception Uses, Section 34-48G. The proposed special exception use is found to be generally consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the Comprehensive Development Master Plan as outlined in the staff report. The requested waiver also has been analyzed based on Section 34-47H. Criteria for granting of variances and waivers. So after much review, staff recommends approval of the subject variance along with the special exception use. This concludes the city's presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. And public comments on this item, correct? Public comments now open. Public comments are now open. Showing no public comments. Public comments closed. I need a motion on the item.
Motion. One second.
It's been moved and seconded. It's open for discussion by the dais. Go ahead.
Thank you. I might be a little confused, so I would like you to give me some clarity. So we got.
Talking to Mike. Talking to Mike.
Okay, thank you. It's all right. Okay, so 40 acres is required for the warehouse use,
That's correct.
and we're going down to 6 acres?
For this property, they're requesting to go down to 6.8 acres.
And so, why?
So the reasoning for, in the entertainment overlay district, most of that area is along our main corridor on 27th Avenue. We had that requirement in place because what we didn't want is warehouses to be along our main corridors, which is our prime real estate. In this particular situation, this parcel is close to the turnpike. It's very difficult. It's a very difficult place to kind of put some of the entertainment items that we want there. So what they're proposing here is a warehouse and an office space, and it's compatible with the surrounding area. This is really compatible because we have 2 or 3 commercial parks in that area that's doing the same thing. This is why we're considering this. We would not normally consider this exception if it was on 27th Avenue, 441, one of our main corridors, which we would like to be left for entertainment uses, restaurants, retail, shopping, those type of things.
And Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead.
So for clarification purposes, Director Wright, this project is essentially already in the warehouse district or an area where warehouses are already, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
To the west and to the south.
Correct.
It's being used as a commerce park.
I got you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I guess the reason why I was asking, that's a lot of reduction. And
Agreed.
so I'm wondering, does that mean that there's a larger size building on a smaller acreage of land?
No, so we put that high marker to ensure that there were no warehouses there. So we put a really high marker so really a lot of warehouses can't reach that in the entertainment district to protect those properties. So what we're saying right now is they meet the setback requirements. In fact, they have to have certain right-of-way dedications because they're close to the turnpike. So they have to adhere to our standards, federal standards as well.
Okay.
FDOT standards, I would say.
Good. All right. Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilwoman Julian.
No.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson.
No. No. Yes. I'm sorry, yes.
That's a yes,
Yes.
okay. Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
I'm sorry.
No,
Motion passes 5-1.
good.
All right.
Thank you, Council.
We're now on to the reports of the Mayor and City Council.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I actually have to run out, so I'm going to ask if I can submit my report to the clerk, but I want to wish you and Councilwoman Wilson a happy birthday.
Thank you.
And that God bless you all to see many, many more years to come.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Julian?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, I want to start off by thanking the staff for a wonderful Jazz in the Gardens. This past weekend was amazing, and as I always state, Jazz in the Gardens is like the family reunion. It's that time where you get to see folks that you hadn't seen in a while and celebrate our city, the culture, its essence, its beginning, and all things great. And I'm looking forward to next year, which will be our 20th Jazz in the Gardens. And so for everyone who attended, I know you had a good time. And if you hadn't had a chance to attend Jazz in the Gardens, make sure you were there next year, because I imagine that we are planning for it to be even bigger and better. On March 21st, we, the Links Incorporated, are holding our Black Family Wellness Expo, and it begins at 9 a.m. I have some flyers here with me, so if you are interested in participating and joining us, please see me after the council meeting. And lastly, I'd like to wish a very happy birthday to our mayor, Mayor Harris, and Councilwoman Katrina Wilson. May you receive all of your heart's desires, and may God continue to bless the both of you.
Thank you.
And this concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Baskin?
I survived Jazz in the Gardens year 2, so
Number two.
that's a good thing.
You
Last
did
year
it.
I was under the bed for 2 days, but this year was not that bad. But I had a great time. First, I want to say thank you for those of you all that were able to attend Broadway in the Gardens. It was nothing short of amazing, if I must say so myself. It was a beautiful, memorable display of Black history brought to life through powerful storytelling, music, dance, and performance. What started as a vision through my Save the Arts initiative has grown into a platform that now allows our incredible local talent to showcase their gifts in a way that uplifts our culture and honors our history. And seeing every seat in the theater filled was confirmation that our community values the arts and is ready for even more. It also reminded me that once we build our very own theater right here in Miami Gardens, we will be prepared to tap into the tourism industry and sell out shows right here in our own city. I want to take a moment to highlight one of our main characters. If Sherman Gant will please stand up. Please stand up. Let's give him a shake, shake. For those of you all that attended the performance, I just have to let it publicly be known that Sherman is not an actor, but he took upon the role. He dedicated himself, and I appreciate your efforts. You did an amazing job.
That boy was good.
He was amazing. 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 And now he's thinking about going into acting, y'all. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you got some work you got to finish over here first.
No, he can't leave us just yet. Finally, I want to extend my sincere appreciation to my colleagues and our charter officers for your continued support of this initiative. Your belief in the arts and in the power of the community creativity helps make moments like this possible. Together, we are building something truly special for our city right here. So thank you. On Saturday, I want to invite you all out to the quarterly cleanup in partnership with Keep Miami Gardens Beautiful. This will take place in Kings Gardens on 185th and 46 at 8 o'clock a.m. I'm asking for participation from residents and community partners to join in cleaning up that area. Also, Chase Bank Financial Series, it's a 5-session series. The second session will take place on next week, Thursday, at the Senior Center. That's Thursday, March 19th from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. You do not have to attend all sessions. If you are a new business owner, an entrepreneur, a business already in motion, this is for everyone, talking about networking, how to gain capital, and get your business organized. And this is provided by Chase Bank. And that concludes my report. Happy birthday to the mayor and Councilwoman Wilson.
Thank you.
And that's it.
Councilwoman?
Yes, we are in full swing with our Juneteenth plans for the 2026 year. And we're excited about the talent that we have seen come to audition. And every single year when we do Juneteenth, it has always been about community and an expression of what our historical context has been. And now more than ever in American society, the one thing that we know about Juneteenth is that it is forever connected to the 4th of July. Because what Juneteenth does is that it seals the fate that everyone in America is truly free. And they fought, our country fought in the Civil War for the purpose of freedom for all. And so Juneteenth marked the end for anyone having to serve in a subservient manner, and that we, the people, on the road to freedom, we have it for all of us. And so we're looking forward for the continued support of our community as we celebrate Juneteenth 2026. Additionally, I, along with my colleagues, am just really impressed once again with our team of employees and workers in the city of Miami Gardens. Our police, our parks, our senior management, our public relations, everybody laid it down with hosting us, with taking care of us, with making sure that we were safe, and with bringing quality talent right here into our city, where we could, in fact, enjoy not only the music, but to enjoy one another. and this place that we call home. All too often, I think that what happens is we forget how important music and sound is, how really it heals, and it makes us for a moment forget the problems of the day, that it could give us a mellow feeling, it could reduce our stress, and it could bring laughter and joy to our hearts and into this community. And that's what we were able to experience this weekend. I want to say something about El Dorado. I lived in Homestead during Hurricane Andrew. I had a 3-year-old child. I lost my house. We had no furniture. We were homeless. And I remember that company because that company was good to a lot of people. They were good to a lot of people. And I made known my concerns to them because I know that they would take care of it. And I have no doubt, because they are not an enemy. They are a reputable company with a serious desire to serve and to do the very best that they can. And our role in this is to make known our concerns and give them an opportunity to meet it. So there's no enemies here. I doubt that very, very seriously. And I think that we should try to give them time to meet your concerns. Additionally, I didn't get a chance to speak on items 11.4, 11.5, and 11.6. I want to say to the city manager that I have had opportunities to speak with you about the condition of our city in terms of the cleanliness and the safety of our roads, and really making sure that the trees and the trash and all of those things are taken care of. And to see the items in here where you are thoroughly, along with parks, along with public works, along with just the team of people that are cleaning our city, that are making sure the streets are being swept, that are paving the roads up and down 183rd Street and 27th Avenue in those corridors that we have talked about, it really warms my heart. I think that when we get up in the mornings, and I love to be up at the sunrise, where I can really see that Public Works is alongside of the roads already with their sticks picking trash up. When they're coming down 183rd Street and they're picking up all of the leaves and fallen trees. I think that we fail a lot of times to really acknowledge the change. Because Miami Gardens today is a much different city. And by it being different, it is in fact much better. Much better, and we continue to improve every single day. So my mama tells me, when she was growing up, she got mad one time because she had the wrong food on the table. And her mother told her, she took the food off the table, and she said, now you tell me how mad you are that you don't eat at all. So I think that one of the things that we have to do is to recognize that our city is eating. And although there is still much work to do, we have to understand that the work that we are doing is making a huge difference. Because there was a time when we were not a destination city, but we are now. There was a time when there was crime running up and down the street. That's no longer our norm. There was a time when people avoided coming to this city. They wouldn't even get off the expressway. So although there is still always much work to do, we're not afraid of the work. We're afraid of not being able to get it done. And from what I see, that's not our problem. So those are my comments for today. Thank you. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it ain't. So we got Juneteenth. We have the autism. And my favorite artist, Ball Greasy, will be there as well because he also shares and has an autistic child. Arched on the Road will be visiting us this weekend at Betty T. Ferguson. And one of our local churches and their choirs will also be performing. We invite you out. We will have food trucks. You will have vouchers, and you can eat and have a wonderful Sunday afternoon.
So it's Sunday.
Sunday.
What time?
What time, Jamal? 5 to 7, I'm sorry. Thank you. And then last but not least, Leslie Estates on April 7th from 7:30 to 9. We will host our final meeting to bring roads to that community. And that is also, once again, a function of this city, a function of this city to make it safe, to make it lit, and to make it beautiful. That concludes my announcements. Thank you for your time.
Councilwoman Powell?
Hello. Thank you, Mayor. I most definitely have to just resound and echo everything that my council members have said. Our team, Parks, Public Work, Executive, our police department, phenomenal work with Jazz in the Garden. Phenomenal. And like Councilwoman Baskin, I too survived, number 2. But this time, I was prepared. I actually took a couple hours off on Monday. And sometimes things happen around us in Miami Gardens, and it's almost like genie work, where you go to bed and you wake up, and voila, we have paved roads. Just as you said, it's clean and swept, and we have an amazing event like Jazz in the Gardens. So we really, if you have an opportunity to just thank anybody who worked on that project. It was a huge project, but it was amazingly successful. And I know this for sure because I've spoken to a lot of people who attended. So thank you so much for just being outstanding. Thank you. What's coming down and what has happened? Please remember to save a couple days. Historically, though, March 4th was Reading Across America. The Mary Tumpkin Foundation visited 2 schools and I in attendance, and we read to the students of Jeremiah Academy in Excelsior. I'm a big fan of reading, and please encourage young people to not stop reading. And I will encourage parents, don't pick on what your children read. Just be glad that they read. It's just important for them to read. And so we had the opportunity to really encourage kids with the national program of Reading Across America at these 2 schools. The author read to the students via Zoom. In addition, on March 4th, we had our Healthy You podcast in celebration of Women's Month, and we talked about menopause, if you were able to catch it, premenopause, postmenopause. And if you have any questions, go back and watch. We talked a lot about the issues related to women's health as it concerns menopause and changing in life. We will have Talk with the Doc on March 24th, and we'll be discussing and have a guest from the tax department, which will discuss the taxes that many seniors can get. So if you have any questions or concern about some of the tax benefits that are available to you, please attend Talk with the Doc, which will be held at the Senior Center at 5:30. Please make note of that new time, 5:30 to 6:30. You will be able to catch freebie. That's why I changed the time to 5:30. In addition, please also save the date because we will be hosting the very first, what? You guys should know this by now, Boxing in the Gardens. And a free youth boxing seminar and women's self-defense course will be held on Thursday, March 19th. So kids come on out, parents come with them, women, we're gonna have free boxing techniques that will be taught, and the kids will get a certificate after completion of the 1.5 to 2 hour course. That didn't end there, because the 20th and the 21st will be boxing in the garden. We will have the State Junior Olympics and Spring Festival winners will be there. There will be just at least 102 fighters will be coming from all over the country. They're coming from the Bahamas, they're coming from South Carolina and Georgia and Texas to compete in this boxing event. So please come on out. Promptly starts on Friday at 6 o'clock, and on Saturday and Sunday it will start at 1 o'clock. So come early, get your seat, and get your ringside view. I hope everyone will attend. In addition, please save the date. If you are a healthcare professional, April 9th, along with the Oasis, I will be hosting Healing and Hustle Networking Mixer at the Oasis. It will start promptly at 5:30 to 7:30, an opportunity for health professionals in Miami Gardens to get together, meet, and introduce themselves, and just tell each other what they do so we can start networking with ourselves to help grow the camaraderie that exists among healthcare professionals in Miami Gardens. And last but not least, please, again, tune in when you can to Healthy You podcast, which occurs every first Wednesday of the month, and our meetings with the members of Residential C3 on every fourth Tuesday at 5:30, and it will be this month at the Senior Center. I look forward to seeing everyone, and once again, thank you so much, team. You guys are amazing and did an amazing job with Jazz in the Garden. And happy birthday, of course.
Thank you.
We don't tell our age anymore, though, do we?
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot, can I? I gotta get a tip. The health tip for ladies. Don't forget your P's. Prevention, prevention. Get your PAP, get your physical, and of course, get your exercise in. Because you know we always want to do everything for everybody else before we do for ourselves. So stay on the P with your prevention. Thank you, guys.
What about the guys? Same thing? We don't get
June,
no pap
June.
smear.
You can do that in June.
No, I'm joking. I just want to take this opportunity to thank our staff. Whenever we have an opportunity to say how great you guys are, we should. And this is one of those times where I think with Jazz in the Gardens and all the things that we have that's taking place in the city, staff do a tremendous job, and we definitely appreciate you guys, all of you. Vernita, great job again with Jazz, as much as everybody else who had anything to do with Jazz. It was a true team effort, and it showed. So great job, great job, great job to everyone. Mr. Manager, it's your report.
I
just threw it at you. You were supposed to be ready. It's like a layup.
All right. Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. A couple things. First, happy birthday to the mayor and happy birthday to Councilwoman Wilson. I echo the same sentiments regarding staff and the Jazz in the Gardens event and weekend. Actually, it's Jazz in the Gardens week now, pretty much. But
pretty much.
All the events we've put on and everything, hats off to everybody and their participation and their leadership throughout the entire week regarding Jazz in the Gardens. And then just finally, Mr. Mayor, council members, I, on a personal note, I just want you guys to know that the city of Lauderhill will be renaming a stadium, football stadium and field after my father. They passed a resolution this past Monday naming the stadium field Dr. Hayward J. Benson Jr. Stadium and Field. When they do have the ceremony, I would like to invite everyone to attend. And residents, if you're interested in coming, you can attend as well. But I just wanted to make that announcement. I hope I'm not self-serving, but it's something I'm very proud of my father.
Yay.
And with that,
Wasn't your dad a Miami Gardens resident?
I have family members that have been Miami, well, even before Miami Gardens was a city,
Gardens, yeah.
they lived in what used to be called Bunch Park, which is not, at the time was, and they used to call that part Opa-locka, but it was really Bunch Park, which is now the city of Miami Gardens. So, but I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention.
And for those who don't know, your father has been a lifelong public administrator.
That's correct.
He served in public service just like you were serving in public service,
That's
and
correct.
you took in his footsteps. And number two, there is nothing wrong with humbly bragging. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
The brag.
Mr. Mayor, council members, those are my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Madam Attorney?
I don't have a comment except to say I do want to say something about his father. His father was the first black elected official in Lauderhill and one of the longest serving elected officials in Broward County, period. So that's a little history. I knew him before I knew Cameron. And other than that, congratulations, Renita and team, Sam, and all of you all, Janelle from my office who worked on Jazz in the Gardens, and happy birthday to you too.
Thank you, thank you. As a matter of fact, Mr. Haywood changed the charter, from my understanding, where it read, no blacks allowed in the city. Wow. He changed the charter, and that was in 1972, 74?
72, that's correct.
72.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. Mr. Clerk? Oh, Mr. International Master Municipal Clerk. I gotta make sure I get your title right.
You good, Mayor. Well, I was gonna talk to you about it, but since you brought it up, I just want to tell the mayor and council, thanks for recognizing me through this time. Thanks staff, thank the manager, and thank the attorney. I was reached out by a couple people in the Clerks Association, and they also wanted me to tell you guys thank too, because not too many clerks get recognized. So it just shows how blessed I was. But the most important person you guys made happy was my mom. My mom sat there Saturday, oh my gosh, you're international. So appreciate you guys for that.
You're the International Master Municipal Clerk.
So outside of that, happy birthday, Mayor. Happy birthday, Councilwoman. Congratulations, Cam, to you and your family, and to everybody who worked on Jazz in the Gardens. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you, and that's my report.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Councilwoman.
Happy birthday, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Ragu, see me before you leave, please. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Been moved and seconded. Show this meeting adjourned.